Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Timmy Treacle, also known as Horror Fan for Life, and this evening I'm doing something special. With the Oscars coming up soon, I've decided to do a special ranking. Now, there have been 90 total Best Picture winners at the Oscars, and there's been many nominations for Best Picture. To break it down, I got some numbers here of how many I've seen and what percentage that I haven't seen. There have been 90 total Best Picture winners. I've only seen 23% of those 90 movies, which means 77% I have yet to see. That's a lot of movies. Now, there have been so many nominated movies, there's no way in heck I was going to be able to count them all. I just wasn't going to take the time. But I have watched 76 nominated movies for Best Picture. Now, that doesn't include the 21 that I've seen. So, all in all, I have seen 97 movies that have either won or been nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars. I guess that's not too bad, but I've only seen 23% of the 90 movies that won Best Picture. So I got a lot of catching up to do. I doubt I'll ever be able to watch all those, but I've decided to rank the 21 movies that I have seen that have won Best Picture at the Oscars, from my least favorite to my favorite. And let's get started with the list. Coming number 21 is Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. I have to be honest, I hate the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I am not a fan of this trilogy, and I can't believe it won Best Picture at the Oscars. I don't understand it. You got Star Wars movies that never won Best Picture or even Best Director, and yet they get it for crap like Lord of the Rings. So yeah, it's number 21. Number 20 is Gladiator, another movie that I'm not a big fan of. I've seen it one time. It's very forgettable for me. I know there's a big fan base for it, but I'm just not a fan of this movie. I have seen it, but it comes in at number 20. Yeah, just not for me. Now, from 19 through 1, these Best Picture winners I absolutely love. 19 is Oliver. Number 18 is Midnight Cowboy. Number 17 is Crash. Crash, there was some controversy with some critics because they said that Brokeback Mountain or some other movie should have won Best Picture that year, and I disagree. I think Crash is the best movie of that year out of the nominees, and I'm glad it won. Number 16 is Platoon. Number 15 is The Deer Hunter. I just recently watched this one. Number 14 is American Beauty. Again, I just recently watched this one a few months ago. Number 13 is 12 Years a Slave. I watched this movie at the beginning of 2018. Number 12 is Rain Man. Again, I watched that movie this year. Number 11 is The Godfather. I just watched this movie this year. Number 10 is In the Heat of the Night. Great movie. Love the TV show too. Number 9 is Rocky. Yo, Adrian. Yeah. I love the first 4 Rocky movies are great. I have yet to see Creed. And of course, I haven't seen Creed 2. Rocky 5 was garbage. I don't think I've seen they made a Balboa movie, I think. Anyway, the first 4 are fantastic in my opinion. Number 8 is Terms of Endearment. Deborah Winger. Such a sad movie. The ending is tearjerker. Deborah Winger is one of my favorite actresses from the early 80s, or actually pretty much the 80s. And She's done some other movies since then that I've liked too, but she's fantastic in this movie. Um, it's just, it's hard to talk about. It's a great movie. Number 7 is The Departed, with a great cast. What else can you say? It's just phenomenal. Number 6 is The Godfather Part 2. Yes, The Godfather Part 2 blows away The Godfather, in my opinion. I love the flashback going back and forth between the younger version of himself and then the older version. I like De Niro in this movie is freaking awesome. That's all really I got to say. Godfather Part 2 is better than Godfather. But I love both movies. I watched both movies this year. I have yet to see Godfather Part 3, but I've heard a lot of mixed reviews with that thing. Number 5 is Titanic. Oh, yeah. Titanic is a tragedy. Of course, it wrecks, but it turns out to be a love story too. And Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio are phenomenal in this movie. I love that she chooses him over her douchebag of a soon-to-be husband, and yeah, it's great. Coming number 4 is Braveheart. Mel Gibson starring and directing this movie. Not only did it win Best Picture, but he won Best Director, if I'm not mistaken, for this movie too. And he did a phenomenal job with this movie. He is talented in so many ways. It's too bad that he kind of got blacklisted there a little bit from Hollywood because of his rant and stuff, but I don't care. He's awesome. And I'm glad he's slowly working his way back into movies. He's directing more than he's starring in. But either way, I'm glad he's back. And I just hope he keeps going. Coming number 3 is Silence of the Lambs. Jodie Foster. Love it. I recently watched this movie for the first time. I wanted to say it was either last year or the year before. I know a lot of people were shocked that I had never seen the movie. There was a lot of movies that I had never seen because didn't watch a whole lot I watched a lot growing up, but I didn't watch every movie. There's just no way a single person can watch every single movie that's ever made. It's just never going to happen. But Silence of the Lambs is a great horror movie. The only one that's won Best Picture. And phenomenal movie. Coming number 2 is my favorite Western of all time. I've talked to death about this movie, but it is Unforgiven. Unforgiven was written, directed, and starring Clint Eastwood. And it has Morgan Freeman and Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman won Best Supporting Actor Oscar for this movie as well. And it's a phenomenal movie. If you haven't seen Unforgiven, it's 1992. It's about William Money, played by Clint Eastwood, who was a killer in his past. And then he met a woman who basically straightened him out, and he's been straightening out ever since. He quit drinking and fighting and shooting. Then one day, a prostitute is cut up bad by this cowboy, and the ladies all get together and want those 2 cowboys killed for what they did. And him needing the money and for his kids, he decides to do one more job. But this kid comes along and wants to do it with him. But Clint Eastwood, or William Money, wants his partner, Ned Logan, to come with him too, played by Morgan Freeman. So they all 3 head to this town to confront those boys. Gene Hackman is the sheriff of the town, Big Whiskey, and he doesn't go for any of that crap. And it's a great showdown between William Money and Gene Hackman's character, Bill. And yeah, it's a phenomenal movie. My favorite Western, and definitely deserved the Best Picture Oscar. And my number one favorite Best Picture movie that I've watched that won an Oscar is Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump is my favorite movie of all time. There are some critics out there who believe that Pulp Fiction or Shawshank Redemption should have won over Forrest Gump. I highly disagree. If I were to pick one over Forrest Gump, it would be The Shawshank Redemption. Pulp Fiction is overrated and overblown. It's not Quentin Tarantino's best movie, in my opinion. It was a good movie, but I just don't get all the hype around it. But Forrest Gump deserved and won, rightfully so, the Best Picture at the Oscars. Tom Hanks won for Best Actor, and I think it should have won a lot more than it did, in my opinion. Robin Wright, Sally Field, and Gary Sinise, they should have won Oscars for their performances as well, in my opinion. Or hell, at minimum, at least be nominated. I don't even think they were nominated. Even the gentleman who played Bubba should have been nominated as well. But this is a great movie. How people I don't understand how this movie doesn't have 100% of Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's ridiculous. And it's a great movie about a simpleton who does some amazing things in our country's history. He meets several presidents. He's a war hero. He's a college athlete, an All-American. He serves his country in Vietnam. He gets a Congressional Medal of Honor. And the only thing he really cares about is his mama, Jenny, and his friends. And he has so much devotion and love for all of them that he will do anything for them. And I love the message in this movie is don't judge a book by its cover, and just be all you can be with what you got. And I love it. I love this movie. I can't talk enough about this movie. In fact, I think I'm going to do a review again on this movie and just rant and rave about it. But there you have it. That is my list of all 21 Best Picture winners that I have seen so far. And again, there have been 90 Best Picture winners at the Oscars, and I've only seen 21 of the possible 90 movies. That's 23%. But I have seen 76 other movies that were nominated. So that's a pretty good total. 97. That's not bad at all. But other than that, I thank you guys for watching yet another ranking. And stay tuned for more content from my channel. I'll be doing some more movie reviews, top 10s, and other fun things, entertainment. And other than that, I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this. And I'll see you guys in the new year. Check you later.